On the POV, we don't have POV. So we don't usually have topics to discuss beforehand, but today it has been a very stressful day. So today has been a very stressful day. We're not going to give them much credit. We bought Debonaise. I'm sure by now you might have seen a video of a gentleman coming in to deliver Debonaise. So I was supposed to have a guest today, Usanele Kamere, but he cancelled on us. These things happen. So we're also going to be talking about cancellations in this part of business. So as you already know, this is Z, and this is...
I go by the name B. Yeah, my name is Bakolele. I won't say it again, but then you can call me B.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So I am in the photography industry, and I've got long years of perfume selling, beauty and health products. A long experience with that regard, and I'm also a photographer. So recently opened this studio that you see us on, and even before that, before the studio, I always served as a photographer, just going to people's events, going to venues and all. So yeah, I feel like it's about time we address the issue of cancellations or being late as our color, people of our skin color. I don't want to talk much on everyone's race, but I feel like this one is indoctrinated in our skin. It's encoded in our blood, because we've got something that is called Bantu time.
Bantu hour.
So yeah, the end of Bantu time when it's really problematic in its own right. Because it has affected even nasemisebenzini, I'd like to believe. Do you have any experiences of Bantu time on your side?
Not really. I feel like me, I'm one of those.
Bantu time?
Yes, I'm one of those, and it's now becoming a habit to me.
Well, and Bantu time there, I'll share a story of my very first time as an assistant photographer. So I was I think 2016 or 2015, I'm not sure about the year, but a gentleman by the name El Nicole, he's a photographer, was a photographer, and I believe he still is well-known photographer. He takes pictures of celebrities. So asked me to assist him. So through a friend, I was recommended that I can go and be an assistant in photography.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So yeah, our appointment was supposed to be okay. This is the POV. There are no table manners at all. We talk while we eat, we drink while we eat, and while we talk, it doesn't matter. And we all know one good English. So yeah, I was hired by El Nicole to come and assist him in photography. So being an assistant means they're going to carry that man's equipment, a backpack, the whole day while he's taking in the pictures of the people, right? So we were due to meet at 5. The show was going to start at 6:30. No, at 6. At 6. At Botanic Gardens, right? So I was from Howard, from the university. At that time, I didn't know anything about Uber, and I didn't have a car. So what I did, took a taxi, went down to Botanic Gardens, but it dropped me by DUT there. So I've never went to a Botanic. So I started running. I could see which now, okay, now it's actually 5 minutes to the agreed upon time. So I started running. When I'm 3 minutes away from Botanic Gardens, I could see which I'm already gonna be late. Okay, fine. I call him why he's frustrated now because I'm already late. You could tell which I'm already late, even though I was 3 minutes away from our appointment.
The Botanic Gardens By the okay. I can
Botanic
see.
Gardens. Botanic
In
Gardens.
which
Botanic
campus
Gardens.
in Newton?
Steve Biko.
Steve Lee.
So that's why it dropped me. So yeah, my children got there about 3 minutes late. So I was 3 minutes late. All in all, I was 3 minutes late. So this guy scolded at me for 30 minutes because I was 3 minutes late. He told me about the importance of always being early as a photographer. He told me how I would fuck up things. He told me how I should always be on time. And at that time, I was like, okay, this guy has been talking for more than 30 minutes because I was late for only 3 minutes. But now I understand, because now this thing is actually happening to me. People, even when a person is supposed to come through for an interview, dog, someone will appear late. I'm not even touching on the ones for cancellations again. Recently, I'm having a lot of cancellations, and it's really irritating. Whereby you are supposed to meet with this person, or they are supposed to come through to the studio for a photo shoot, and all of a sudden they don't even tell you that they've cancelled. They will tell you when they see your statuses on WhatsApp, which, hey, Shimfetu, sorry for not coming through. This week, birthday that I diarized on my computer, made sure I prepare everything. Then the lady that came through the previous day, we're supposed to meet, supposed to have a good times. She even came back to confirm. Putu. All of a sudden, come tutu.
Oh, and in this case,
They cancel.
benza ukuthi mhlambe mhlambe this mhlambe appointment of into efanayo. Mhlawumbe performance ba ingexesha elinye, so you had to cancel it or remove it. Which is the compromise leyo if indeed.
So I already, in that particular hour, I made it specifically for her. So I would have done anything. I would have probably had edited some people's pictures, or promoted the studio, or made other appointments with other people, or not being at the studio at all. But I already scheduled myself for her. Then she cancels. Not even before. She tells me after. So it's irritating. So today I was supposed to have a friend. We were going to sit and have this slices of pizza and talk about a major issue, unemployment, which is very important. And then again, he called me before. That is a courtesy that he gave me. He was asking about load shedding. Well, I didn't say anything about load shedding. I think the only person who was supposed to be concerned about that is me, because I'm the one who was supposed to be hosting him. By the way, load shedding doesn't affect me that much because I've got an inverter at the studio. So I'm always bossed up. With that being said, I said load shedding doesn't affect me that much. So let's go. I have an inverter at the studio, so there's electricity. Electricity always running. So I was quite
let us look at it this way, then, that there is a use for people to actually know these things, because it's not necessarily about the studio issues and whatsoever. It might happen at work, it might happen elsewhere, but people should definitely know about those things. Yes, they should, be it in a POV like this one, or they just have it. We should normalize, sharing such things.
Well, I'm not someone who usually uses race when it comes to things, but this one of being late, and this one of being unprofessional and not punctual, it's based on the scale, indoctrinated, it's inscribed in our blood. The reason why I say that, it's because there is something called African time, Ibantu time, or Bantu hour. And that phrase is not referring to white people, it's not referring to any other person other than a black person, because it's African time, or Bantu, which I believe it's a person like you and I. And we already subscribed and inscribed it, which is Tina. It's okay for us to be late for events. It's okay for us to say a funeral starts at 10, you appear at 10, only to find out that we are starting at 12. I once went to a wedding. Unfortunately, I have to share this story. I once went to a wedding where I was due to start taking pictures at 9 o'clock. I arrived at the place day before just to make sure that I'm early. So the bus was from one place, one town to another place, which was far. It was going to take a lot of hours, like 6 hours. So what I did, I slept at the venue at 3. The bus was there, but there were some arguments. We only left 3 hours later at 6. So when we got to the venue, we got after 11, and we only started taking those pictures at 4 p.m.
I'm sure the lighting was not
favorable. The lighting was not very favorable, and at that time I didn't have equipment. The whole wedding was stressful to take, but I managed to take a few pictures. It was the most disorganized places that I've been.
The traditional wedding.
It was a traditional wedding, my guy. And even to date, I'm still being called to edit a video that was not even paid for. But by the way, that is just a story for another POV. Jim, otherwise, that is my POV when it comes to the issue of punctuality. Really, guys.
And one funny thing,
you need to respect time.
Since in the team now, I might fall under those people. Is that, I hate waiting, whereas I keep people waiting. That's how selfish I am. I hate waiting. At the same time, I keep people waiting. And I'm not saying I'm proud of that. But then, yeah.
That tendency needs
to stop.
To stop with immediate effect.
Yeah, but
here's the thing. We're in business at our age. We have a lot to learn. And while we have a lot to learn, we cannot make stupid mistakes such as not keeping time. And not even leave alone the issue of keeping time, but communicating that you're going to be late is very, very important. Let's say you're not driving, you're in a taxi, right? Yeah. And you are supposed, generally, in a normal world, you are supposed to get to a place in 10 minutes. But you can see which the taxi driver is having none of it. He keeps stopping wherever he wants to stop, and you could already tell that, okay, I'm going to be late, definitely. Do the courtesy of taking your phone and telling the person that you're going to that you're going to be late. I'm not saying which you're always going to be on time. Sometimes you are not late, you are delayed. But just make sure you take the phone and communicate with the person who's waiting. But for this particular one, in my studio, as a matter of fact, in my service, this is what I'm going to be doing now. For each and every appointment that we have, now people are going to start paying. If you've got an appointment, you pay a certain fee for you so that we can keep that hour.
And when you arrive,
if you arrive, you can take your money. But if you don't arrive or you are late, we take it.
I think that would help.
Because now we are losing business, we are losing time. Time is money, and if you are losing time, you are losing money. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. For consultation, you come and consult. If you say you're going to see me, then fagimari uzobona.
That's the thing. And again, I think this thing lies at being organized. Because if you can just, have at least maybe a sheet where you write everything you wake up and do. Mm-hmm. There's a gap of 30 minutes between your activities. Mm-hmm. Yes, by this time, and be able to prioritize this thing of if you maybe there's something that came up, because I'm sure whatever people put first and cancel, it was not there by the time he was making the decision to say I would do 1, 2, and 3. So I think it's also a matter of you being organized and able to make sacrifices and so on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's the lesson on its own.
So yeah, that's our POV, that's our point of view on the issue of time and cancellations, and most importantly, this thing of Bantu hour or African time. Yes, better. We need to cut. We need to discontinue.
And really, to be quite honest, when you had an agreement, by the time you cancel, the energy is no longer the same. even if I was more special on something that would be done for free. I have a vision.
Yes.
I have a vision, and when you are taking it to your mind that no, this was free anyway.
Yeah,
so,
you see with this thing
yes,
of free.
Yes. So the energy I have, because at the same time, most promotion are done for free. For promotion, because I know I am going to benefit, and you probably as a model you are going to benefit. Are going to build the profile and so on.
As a matter
so
of fact,
now I won't put much effort in whatever I'm gonna do now. So I think the cancellation issue is
it's problematic. As a matter of fact, you're just mentioning that last week I was due to have a pregnancy shoot. It was going to be free for this lady because she had given me rights to actually advertise her pregnancy and all. So it was going to be my first pregnancy shoot at the studio. It was going to be a dope one because in my mind I had envisioned spending money and making sure that there is milk bath, roses, and I was going to do a perfect job. What she does, because she did not understand the magnitude of what I had, she did not understand the vision, she did what? She postponed. Now you cannot postpone something that was free. And this postponement, you can just see it's a matter of priorities. It's not really like it's necessary to actually cancel. She just canceled because she didn't take something that was free serious. So this thing of cancellations, I think it should be stopped when we actually charge for a cancellation. That is why big companies have got a cancellation fee. That is why big companies have got a cancellation fee. They are avoiding the exact nonsense. With that being said, let us not be long. Is there anything you'd like to add?
There's one thing I would like to add, and I think it's in line with the conclusion that people should know that in whatever that we say here, we also learn as well, because we are people. If they raise something that I know that I'm in need of, or I didn't know that it's this much. So yeah, we are also learning. Everyone is learning. The purpose of this is to share information that affects us time to time, from time to time. Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say, yeah.
With that being said, this is Z and this is B. You are watching the point of view where no one is ever wrong, and of course, no one is wrong. It's just our point of view. Allow us to enjoy the rest of our pizza, and hopefully the following few episodes, this will be free, as well as other sponsorships. Well, those are hopeful thinkings. Stay tuned and see you in the next episode. Asiqhubeke in silence. So lambile mngana.
So come on.